I have an issue here. Something dug a hole here. I believe it was a feral cat, and I think it was living here for a week or so. But since then, I believe a skunk has moved in. I say that because on our security cameras, for the last week or so, we've seen a skunk every night, and it always heads back to this part of the yard. So I need to figure out a way to get the skunk out of here without disturbing it, without pissing it off. I don't want it to spray. I don't want to trap it. I don't want to confront it. I just want it to leave. And I think I've got a pretty good idea on how to do that. I'm going to build a reverse trapdoor so that once it exits, the trapdoor closes and it can't get back in. And then hopefully it'll just move on. So I'm going to show you how I build that. And then I'm going to put it right back in here, and hopefully we get this skunk out of my yard. So wish me luck. Okay, so I have a couple things to measure here. So that needs to be that long. I'm going to make this 12 inches. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to use the boards to measure. Line those up. Okay, so it looks like that should work. I have a little bit of a problem here. So I'm picturing this in my head. Say the hole is on this side. What I actually need to do is probably cut something a little longer that would sit on top that I can screw my hinges to. Yep, I think that's what I'm going to do. So to get that width, I'm just going to use these as reference again. Got my piece cut. And if I put that piece there, you can then put the hinge on here. Okay, I think this is going to work. What I'm worried about is this being too tight here. Okay, so what I think I need to do is actually go back to plan A and use this piece. So I want this to fit pretty tight in here. Clearly it's a little bit long. Okay. That's going to be great. Okay. The last thing I need to do is add a little board here so it can rest on. I'm going to put the trapdoor part on first, and then I'll put this on. Let me show you what I'm thinking. I'm going to let this door go down just a little bit right here so that there's no way that it can pry it open. So say it comes out. It's actually not bad. It's catching just a little bit up front. But I think the weight is going to let it drop right in. We got the trapdoor done, and it looks like it's gonna be exactly the right size. So let me go ahead and dig this out. I'll sink it in there, and then what I'll do is surround it with bricks just to make it a little more difficult so that the skunk can't dig back in here. I think with the depth of this, that would be pretty hard anyways, but I really just want it gone, so I'm gonna really try to make sure it can't get back in. Okay, let's test fit it. That's pretty good. I don't know if you can see in there, but there's enough room for it to get out. What I'm actually going to do is put some of the dirt back in here so it can easily exit. And I don't think it'll be able to get back in this. Okay, so now that everything is set, all there is to do at this point is wait and see what happens. So I'll give you an update in the morning, and let's hope that I'm skunk free. See what this looks like this morning. I did come out last night at about 11 o'clock, and the skunk had already come out. It was much earlier than I thought it would. So I put up a camera, and I haven't looked at it yet, so let's see what's happening. The door is propped open, which is not good. And I noticed this last night. It had been digging, trying to get back under there. Unfortunately, I think I have to go back to the drawing board and make sure that it can't get back in. Okay, so I have this gate latch I was thinking of using, but now that I'm inspecting it, I need it to work kind of in a vertical fashion, and it's not going to latch. It needs gravity to latch. So that's not going to work. I actually have this child lock for a cabinet. Let me think about this. Alright. So this is the outside of the box, and this were attached to the box, to the trapdoor. This might just work. I think the placement has to be just right, but luckily there's these holes that slide, and that should work out. I think this is gonna work. And this other piece will connect directly to the box. Okay. Now for a little quickie test fit. This thing's too long. So it's a little bit long, but I'm gonna see if I can make it work. Okay, so hopefully if I lift this door up, there's not a skunk coming out at me. It's got a little more weight, it should latch. The thing that I don't like is the placement of this. If I hook this on there, it'll give me a good spot. That really feels like it's gonna work. I can prop it up just a little bit so it rests on there. As the skunk comes out, it's not gonna take much pressure to lock it. Test it out. It doesn't take much pressure at all to lock it. It's gonna be really easy for it to get out. I'm pretty sure I've sealed up all the other exits, entrances, whatever. On the other side of the shed, the siding comes straight down to a concrete slab, so there shouldn't be any way it can access anywhere else. This is the problem area. So, all right, let's see what happens tonight, and hopefully by tomorrow I am skunk free. He got in again, and let me go ahead and show you the hole that he dug. Here we go. Okay, so there's the hole he dug. He must have been at it for like 15 or 20 minutes. He's a persistent little bastard. As you can see here, he's trying to get in the front door, and there's nowhere where he can dig. So he goes around the corner and he finds kind of a soft part in the dirt. And after quite a bit of effort, he's able to dig and get back in. So I'm going to dig down a little farther. I'm going to sink a couple bricks in there to make sure that he'll have to dig completely under the bricks to be able to get in. Okay, I think it's pretty secure. I don't see any possible way he could get back in. So I'm going to wrap this up right now. We're going to wait till the morning to check it out. Hopefully I'll have video proof of him trying and failing to get in. Okay, so I decided to do one more thing just to make it a little more difficult for him. So I went ahead and I put flagstone all around just so he couldn't really get at the bricks, and if he did, it would take a lot of effort. It looks like he won again. So this time, by the look of the time lapse I did last night, he dug out instead of in, and I wasn't counting on that. So I learned a lesson, and I'm going to go ahead and put some more bricks in there, make it a little more secure, and hopefully I'll get him this time, or not get him, but get rid of him this time. This is where he dug out of and went back in. So I have a little bit of work ahead of me, not too much. Okay, I'm done sealing it up. What I've done is I plugged the hole, I added a few more bricks, I put some more flagstone out here just to make it harder. I put one brick inside. There's a sneak peek. I don't want to peek his head out, so I get nervous doing that. Put the brick inside of there so that he won't be able to dig out through the hole where he tried to before. So I'm pretty confident that if he gets out, then he won't be able to get back in. If he's inside digging, though, that's another story. I'm not sure if he'll be able to find a way out, which will then, of course, you know, make it accessible to him again. So I'm hoping for the best on this one. I'll set a camera up tonight, and we'll check back in the morning. Hey, today is a good day. I think I'm finally skunk free. So I caught on my motion cameras last night that it had made multiple trips in and out of my front yard, and so I believe that it was taking some babies, which that's best case scenario. I was actually really worried that it would leave babies underneath my shed and I'd have to deal with that. So I'm pretty happy about that. So at this point, the skunk is panicking because it can't find its way in. And finally, it's able to find a soft piece of ground there where it can dig in. And this takes quite a while. I'm guessing it took over an hour or so for it to dig back in. And here it finally makes its way in. And if you look, it's carrying something in its mouth, which I believe is a baby skunk. And so here it comes back, and it's in and out pretty quick, carrying a second baby skunk. And this is the third trip back. And a third baby skunk. Back for another one. And after this trip, it's gone and it hasn't come back since. I think I'm finally good. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'll patch all this stuff up, and I'm going to put some diatomaceous earth down on the ground, kind of like a white powder, just to see if anything disturbs it, to see if anything's trying to get back under there. That'll give me a real clear indication of if there's anything else going on. So pretty sure this ends my skunk problems. So thanks for sticking with me, and you know, if you found it interesting, give me a like, a subscribe. You know, that's the end of my skunk journey, though. All right, bye.